Denzel Washington's character, Whip, is obviously pretty morally compromised in the film, but Charlie's not totally on the straight and narrow either.
Thank
so
you. Yeah.
So I'm wondering, as an actor, how do you kind of justify his actions for yourself? And then as an audience member, how do you perceive him? Do you think he's somebody that's willing to betray the public trust to some degree?
Well, yeah, what's interesting about, okay, look at it this way. If he betrays the public trust by having Denzel complete this fiction that he was sober enough to fly, he saves 10,000 jobs.
Right.
The airline would fail if Whip comes clean. So isn't it better to save those 10,000 jobs and then pursue your friend to the ends of the earth to make him understand that he's got an addiction that he has to shake? So that's the conversation Charlie Anderson has with himself. But is that morally right or not? I mean, the public trust, is the public trust being served when 10,000 people are put out of work? Maybe the public is being served, maybe the public trust is not being served. But it's really, that's what's, the film is full of these contradictions and this rough ethical ground that's fun to think about.
It is, and I feel like for me one of the central questions was kind of, do we judge people by their extraordinary abilities, or do we judge them by their character and their behavior? And it doesn't feel like there's a real simple answer to that. I don't know, does it to you, or is that sort of what you take away from Flight?
No, I don't think. I suppose they ask that you're invited to ask the question of yourself: if you do something extraordinary, are other transgressions forgiven?
Right.
But in this, and I think with sports figures we do that a lot. We're all too willing to forget you name the transgression, as long as they're putting the ball through the hoop, or throwing the 80-yard touchdown. And I guess public figures to some degree are always, the media likes to make a hero, right? But likes just as much to knock it down. And in this movie they create this hero around Whip's actions, and then at the end of the movie it's, just guess what happens.
What for you though is the one thing that you would sort of like audiences to take away from the film, whether it's a piece of your performance or just kind of an overall theme?
It's really not for me to say what they should take away, because it has so many things to offer on so many different levels. On a performance level, you can just marvel at Denzel. On a thematic level, you can ask yourself these difficult questions about what's right or wrong and whether the public trust is being served by concealing things or not. You can ask yourself questions about addiction and how difficult it is to shake addiction, how difficult it is to tell the truth, how easy it is to lie to yourself, and how often do we even know that we're lying to ourselves? These are all things to think about, and for me to encourage you to think about one over the other wouldn't be, it's up to you.
Well, I think we can marvel at your performance as well. Thank you so much.
Oh,
We
sure,
look forward to having this in AMC screens.
Thank you.